Welcome to Scary Comp. What you're about to witness are 11 scary videos of ghosts on camera. Over on the cryptid subreddit, a user shared a photo that quickly caught people's attention for all the wrong reasons. According to the post, he and a friend often go on late-night walks together, casually talking while snapping random pictures along the way. But one night, after the uploader left to go to the gym, his friend decided to walk home alone and take the longer, creepier route. As usual, he took a few photos in the dark, not thinking much of it at first. Later, he believed he may have accidentally captured an animal in the distance. But after increasing the exposure, something far stranger appeared in the shadows. The uploader claims the image was not edited beyond brightening it, and when they returned to the same area the following night, they reportedly heard strange noises that made them feel like something was following them. In the brightened image, something definitely appears to be standing in the distance. But what it actually is remains unclear. The shape looks strange enough to stand out once you notice it. Thin, pale, and oddly positioned in the darkness. To some viewers, it almost resembles the Rake, the infamous creepypasta creature often described as a disturbing humanoid figure lurking at night. Of course, there could be a much more normal explanation. It might be a person partially hidden by darkness, or the exposure change may have distorted the shape and made it look more unnatural than it really was. Still, there's something about the silhouette that makes the image hard to ignore. So what do you think this late-night walker captured? A strange animal? A person hiding in the dark? Or something far more unsettling watching from the shadows? Late one night, a man named Jorge was sitting at a red light while rain tapped softly against his car windows. Everything seemed normal. The road was quiet, the traffic light was still red, and he was just waiting for it to change. But then, he glanced down at his dashcam monitor, and what he saw on the interior camera made his blood run cold.
Ver algo de susto. Y mi cámara se ve visitados. Y pues no hay nadie. Y yo aquí en el carro cagándome de susto claramente.
On the monitor, a figure appeared to be sitting silently in the back seat, directly behind him. For a moment, Jorge's heart dropped, because it looked like there was a face staring at him from inside his own car. But when he quickly turned around, the back seat was completely empty. No passenger, no movement, nothing there at all. Trying not to panic while still stuck in traffic, Jorge kept wondering what his camera had just captured. Was it only a strange reflection or dashcam glitch? Or did the camera pick up something paranormal sitting behind him that his own eyes couldn't see? I'll let you decide. A disturbing video from Indonesia began spreading online after capturing a moment that feels quiet at first, but becomes unsettling once you notice what's hiding in the background. In the footage, several women are gathered inside a house, casually talking and laughing, like nothing unusual is happening. The atmosphere seems normal, almost too normal. But while everyone is focused on the conversation, something strange appears near the doorway behind them. In the background, a feminine-looking figure suddenly emerges from behind the door. It moves quickly, silently, and only stays visible for a brief moment, almost like it doesn't want to be noticed. The figure doesn't speak, doesn't step forward and doesn't interact with anyone in the room. It simply watches, then disappears. It's subtle enough that many viewers might miss it the first time, but once you see it, the whole scene feels different. So, was this just a normal person stepping into frame at the perfect time? Or did this Indonesian home capture a real apparition quietly watching from behind the door? A woman records from underneath her covers in a dimly lit bedroom, holding the camera close as if she's too afraid to move. The room is quiet, but not peaceful. According to her, she has been awake for 3 straight days, unable to sleep because of the strange things happening around her. And when you hear the fear in her voice, it's hard not to understand why. She keeps filming into the darkness, trying to capture whatever has been disturbing her night after night. And then something appears. For a brief moment, a dark figure can be seen in the room. It has a pale face and a shadowy body, standing still just long enough to be noticed before slipping out of view again. At first, she wondered if it could be a hallucination brought on by extreme sleep deprivation, especially in a dark room where the mind can twist shapes into something terrifying. But after catching the figure on camera, she isn't so sure anymore. Some viewers compared it to the kind of night watcher, often described in creepy folklore. A presence said to appear near beds, doorways, and corners when someone is most vulnerable. Whatever it is, the woman now only wants one thing: to get rid of it. So what do you think she captured in her bedroom? A sleep-deprived vision? Or something paranormal watching her from the dark? In 2012, a man mysteriously disappeared under circumstances that have never been fully explained. For years, authorities searched for him, but no clear trace was ever found. During the investigation, police reviewed surveillance footage from areas near his home and workplace, hoping to piece together his final known movements. That's when they discovered one camera had captured him on the very day he vanished, recording what may have been the last time he was ever seen. As the door of a taxi opens, something strange appears beside him. Out of nowhere, a semi-transparent figure resembling a woman seems to materialize near the vehicle. It follows the man closely and appears to enter the taxi with him. What makes the footage so unsettling is how suddenly the figure shows up, almost as if it wasn't there a moment before, and the way it looks faint, ghostly, and partially transparent. Some viewers believe this was not an ordinary person at all, and may somehow be connected to the man's disappearance. So what do you think happened here? Was this just a strange camera effect? Or did the footage capture something paranormal following him moments before he vanished? A girl from Indonesia started recording late at night after hearing strange noises outside her house. At first, she wasn't sure what was moving around nearby. Maybe an animal, maybe someone passing through the area. But as she kept filming into the darkness, something suddenly appeared that made the entire moment feel much more disturbing. Watch closely.
Malam ini indah sekali, guys. Tapi kalau di sini nggak kelihatan, ada bulan sama bintang. Naon itu? Bintang. Bintang. Bintang.
Out of nowhere, a small semi-transparent white figure rushes past directly in front of her at high speed. But when you look closely, it doesn't seem to be running like a normal animal or person. Its movement looks strange, almost like it is floating through the air. The girl is clearly terrified after seeing it and believes the figure may not have been an animal at all, but something paranormal caught on camera. So what do you think she captured outside her home? A strange creature, a trick of the camera, or a real ghost moving through the night?
Bulan sama bintang.
A man appears to be at the end of his rope after dealing with strange activity around his home. Unexplained noises inside the house, disturbing movement in the backyard, and now something violent happening inside his shed. In the video, he cuts between his shaken reaction and grainy, black and white CCTV footage from a camera mounted inside the shed. He explains that he had been watching the ring footage from inside his home, then drove back through pouring rain because he couldn't ignore what he was seeing anymore. His voice keeps shifting between disbelief, exhaustion, and fear. And when he says this is becoming unbearable, it doesn't sound exaggerated. The shed camera makes everything look eerie before anything even happens. But then the door moves.
At this time, I'm at a complete loss of what is going on.
I'm so over this. Come on. Hey.
This is becoming unbearable. Look, I got stuff happening in the woods, in my backyard, in the shed, in the house. I've got noises, I got things outside, I got things inside, I got things falling. But I'm finding clothes that don't belong to me in the corner, apparently in front of a mirror.
What, crutches, dude? Oh, of course. By the way, that's my uncle. If you missed it, I told that in a different video. Dude.
This does not make sense anymore. I can deal with a couple weird things. Okay, that's fine. I'm telling you, I can't do it anymore.
The shed door suddenly swings inward on its own with real force. Almost immediately after, something crashes violently off camera to the right. Then more sounds follow. Objects being thrown, heavy impacts hitting the floor, metallic rattling, and loud bangs that even he can't identify. It doesn't happen once and stop. The activity comes in waves, each burst louder and more aggressive than the last, shaking the camera with every impact. When he finally goes inside afterward, he finds things that make no sense. Clothes that don't belong to him piled near a mirror, a pair of crutches in the closet, and nameplates scattered across the floor. Some viewers believe this looks like classic poltergeist activity, chaotic, physical, and focused on one location or one person. But skeptics notice something strange too. The timestamp on the CCTV footage appears to show a future year, which raises serious questions about whether the footage could have been staged or altered. Still, even with that red flag, the sounds coming from that shed are genuinely disturbing. And then, just days later, he finds something behind his house that may be even more unsettling.
Quick update. My house is backed up to a huge park, okay? And I've had things stolen off my property, brought back here, weird shit going on, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to what I saw back here today. You have lost it if you think I would have done this to myself. Trails behind my house, again, were not made by me, and now look at this. You have seen nothing yet. You literally have to duck under them, jump over them. They're wrapped up in all the trees, all the way back to the back of these trails. I mean, look at this. This is insane. Ducking under, it goes this way as far as can be, all the way back here, wrapped around trees, goes this way. This is unreal. It spiderwebs itself back as far as you can see, and this is just one part of this trail. Look at this. The only thing it can be is either kids back here playing a joke or something, because these trails were made when I was gone. I traveled for a little bit and had to go away, so this had to be done in the winter time. But either it's kids or it's somebody like a homeless person or somebody stalking me back behind my house. But the worst thing is this. This is my bench. This is honestly unreal. Somebody, I don't even know how somebody lifted that thing up, but has brought my bench back here again, put all this on here, and basically has wrapped it up. Basically saying, F you, you're not getting your bench back. When it comes to this, I have absolutely called the authorities. Everyone has been contacted that needs be, because this is just intolerable. It's insane. It really is. I don't think this has anything to do with the haunting stuff that's going on in my yard and in my shed. I think this is something else. I feel like maybe someone has found out where I lived and they're doing this shit, or it's just somebody that's living in the woods or kids. I don't know. I really don't know. But to do this behind someone's house, and especially in a park, they're gonna get caught, man.
While walking the trails behind his property, a wooded area that backs onto a park, he discovers a strange web of white plastic strapping stretched between dozens of trees. The material runs from ankle height to chest height, wrapped around branches, crossing the trail, and tangled into thick knots on the ground. Then, at the center of it all, he finds his own garden bench, dragged deep into the woods, buried under heavy logs, and tied down with the same white strapping. He says he contacted authorities and doesn't believe this is directly connected to the activity in the shed. His first thought is that someone may be stalking him, stealing from his property, or even living somewhere in the woods. But watching both incidents together makes that separation difficult. One clip shows something violently tearing through a shed at night. The other reveals something quiet, planned, and almost ritualistic behind the same home. Two different kinds of fear, but both circling the same man and the same property. So what is really happening here? A disturbed person hiding nearby, a staged mystery, or something darker that has chosen this place for a reason? What would you do if this was happening behind your house? A TikTok user from Texas named Able3E claims his friend Manny captured something deeply unsettling on his home security camera at around 4 a.m. The camera was facing the backyard of a house that has supposedly been abandoned for years. So when Manny checked the footage and noticed a strange figure moving on the other side of the fence, he immediately knew something wasn't right. At that hour, In a vacant property where no one should have been, the camera had picked up something moving through the darkness. In the footage, what looks like a small child can be seen slowly walking along the edge of the abandoned backyard. The figure appears ghostly white and stands no taller than about 3 feet. But according to Abel and Manny, nobody lives in that house, and they have never seen anyone wandering around the property before, especially not at 4 in the morning. Some viewers think it could be a child or a strange camera effect, but others believe the security camera may have captured something paranormal near the abandoned home. So who, or what, was walking through that empty backyard in the middle of the night? A Thai paranormal investigator and adventurer has become known for her fearless live broadcasts, often exploring abandoned buildings across Thailand in the middle of the night. Sometimes she brings a friend, but many times she goes completely alone. Over the years, her viewers claim she has captured all kinds of unexplained activity, from strange sounds to dark figures appearing in places where no one should be. But in her May 2026 live stream, while exploring an abandoned event hall, she records something that feels especially bizarre.
เอ้ยไอ้หนูวิ่งบนเหรอเห็นเหมือนกันใช่ไหมเห็นเหมือนกันใช่ไหมเป็นเงาดำลางๆเป็นเงาดำลางๆวิ่งทุกคนเฮียหนูหนูว้ายเฮียวิ่งมาเลยหนูออกมาหน่อยสิลูกออกมาหนูไอ้หนูหนูไอ้เหี้ยมึงแน่จริงมึงก็วิ่งมาเด้ว้ายอุ้ยมันเดินออกมาจากตรงไหนมันเดินออกมาจากมันเดินออกมามันเดินออกมามันเดินออกมาเฮ้ยนู่นไง2,500 ท่านพี่เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวทำไมมันกระทืบเท้าใส่
As she speaks to her viewers, explaining that she thought she saw something moving on the roof, a small dark shadow suddenly darts across the background from right to left. The figure is unusually short, and the way it moves feels strange, quick, low, and almost non-human. After searching the area for a while, the same shadowy figure appears again, this time walking in the distance. She is clearly frightened, but somehow keeps pushing deeper into the building. Then, as she approaches a dark room, her camera captures the figure one last time, standing completely still in the doorway, watching her. That final sighting is enough. She immediately ends the live stream and runs for safety. So what did this Thai ghost hunter capture inside that abandoned event hall? A person hiding in the dark, or a real shadow figure caught on camera?
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวเฮ้ยเฮียทำไมมันกระทืบเท้าใส่
It's safe to say hospitals already make a lot of people uncomfortable. Even during the day, they can feel cold, quiet, and heavy. But an abandoned hospital floor at night is a completely different kind of creepy. This video was posted to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit by a user known as UseNoTower5558, and it reportedly shows the 4th floor of an undisclosed hospital that had been closed down for years. According to the uploader, Security guards were doing their routine rounds when they experienced something they clearly weren't expecting.
You need to come to 369 because we're experiencing a ghost.
Big time.
Literally.
Jeez, oh, yeah, there it goes.
Seriously, come look at this.
Now it's gonna stop. So if you know it, say hi.
Ethel,
All?
Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight? What? What's wrong, Ethel?
Where is the like?
Throughout the footage, several lights inside the room begin flickering on and off by themselves. Then, at one point, a television appears to turn on without anyone touching it. But the strangest part is what the hospital workers say during the recording. One of them can be heard asking, "Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight?" Almost like they already have a name for whatever keeps happening up there. That one line makes the clip feel even more unsettling, because it suggests this might not be the first time something strange has occurred on that abandoned floor. Of course, in an old hospital, electrical problems are always possible. Flickering lights and malfunctioning equipment aren't impossible to explain. But the workers' reaction makes it seem like even they don't fully believe this is normal. So, who or what is Ethel? And why do the people working there sound so familiar with the activity? Whatever the truth is, this is definitely one of those creepy hospital videos you don't want to watch alone at night. Jack O'Lantern in England has been documenting relentless poltergeist activity inside his home for some time now. For anyone new to his story, Jack believes the chaos may have started after he began bringing objects into the house that he suspected could be haunted, using them as decorations. Since then, the activity has only grown more violent. In this particular video, posted on May 31st, 2026, the atmosphere inside the house suddenly shifts, and what follows becomes one of the more terrifying moments he has captured. Let's roll the footage.
Just go and see what it is.
Yeah.
Hello? We've just heard noises upstairs, but it's just that there's us three in.
Oh, what's that? Right,
You okay?
right.
What?
I've just seen a shadow on the wall like an old lady.
Go away.
No, I'm not joking.
Are you joking?
Ah, right.
Oh,
Right, Carly, come in here, babe.
what the heck?
Come in here, Hal.
Hello?
Did you see it?
I didn't know.
Oh, God. You all right, Hal?
Oh my word.
Oh, my God. Come in here.
Right, okay. We're going into the garden, maybe?
Yeah, I'll take you away now.
Yeah. Jesus. Get out of this home. You are not welcome. Get out. Jesus.
The tension is obvious from the very beginning. Michael steps out of a bedroom after hearing strange noises coming from upstairs, clearly trying to figure out what's moving around in the house. Then, out of nowhere, a family member urgently calls out to him, saying she has just seen a solid shadow figure. As she tries to explain what she saw, still shaken and speaking fast, a massive bang suddenly erupts right beside
No, I'm
her.
not joking.
Are you joking?
Ah, right. No, I'm not joking.
Are you joking?
Ah, right. No, I'm not joking.
Are you joking?
Ah, right.
The sound is so violent that she immediately grabs her son and leaves the room. But only moments after they step away, the fireplace cover is suddenly yanked straight toward Jack on its own. Because Jack is standing so close, the camera gives a clear look at the area around the fireplace. And there are no visible strings, wires, or anyone near the object. At that point, the activity no longer feels like random knocks or harmless haunted house noises. It feels aggressive. Realizing the situation may be getting dangerous, Jack makes the right decision and sends his family out to the backyard, deciding the house is no longer safe for anyone to stay